Okay, YouTube, I said I'd make a video on this Deming piston pump, so now is the time. Started out, this got the pressure dome there off, and down there go the 4 check valves, which I have taken out, and 2 of them look like this with the spring on the top, and the other 2 look like that, the spring on the bottom and the sealing surface. These go, can't remember where exactly they go, but they all fit down in here, and there's threaded holes down there, and they all go in there like that. And the piston here, pretty small actually. Can't imagine it being able to pump much water, and you get some new gaskets there. But goes in here. I got this little cap off. It's actually a brass plug type thing. Oh, and all the parts of the check valves are brass. Even the springs, brass, copper. One of those. But this just goes in here, and you definitely need new rubbers because it's very loose. And if you look at it, can't really tell on the camera, but the little brass washer in there, it's just a little bit wider than the rubber. So the rubber or leather, whatever it is, isn't doing any good. Oh, and on the check valves, let's see on this one, they all have these little brass or copper, can't tell, washers or O-rings, you want to call them, that go on there. And I think somebody has had this apart because there's only 3, and with, there we go. Oh, okay, this one has a homemade pin. See, it's just a steel nut and bolt, but with a brass spacer and a little screw slot cut in there. Focus. But the rest, just have screws with spacers. And something else that was placed was this brass plate here. So he has a bunch of little holes. The rest have 3 little oblong type holes. So, don't know what the story on that one is. And see, the piston here, the other piston, actually has brass connecting rod here, which is pretty cool. And the crankshaft is in there. Here, I can, give me a minute now. Okay, so this is the side where you can take everything out. And another reason, the screws is missing a lock washer. Maybe more, maybe 2 actually. That's nice. Anyway, so 2 of them are missing lock washers. Another reason to believe someone has had this apart. Oh, and this isn't brass, unfortunately. I like brass. But plug here to take the pistons out. Both of them go in there. Oh, you can kind of see the connecting rod almost. Anyway, this cover has, the other bearing in it. Nice inside primer there. So there's the connecting rod. In fact, should just be hand tight on here, or not. Anyway, so it has that, which is pretty nice. I mean, you can easily get things out. It has a little oil splasher in there, just like you would in a small engine. And you just fill oil up to this brim right here. So, because it's either that, or when someone took it apart, they didn't put a gasket on here of any sort. So that either dumps oil everywhere, or it magically doesn't come out. This is on there. What the heck? Oh, there we go. So, we made that little slot right here to get the oil doohickey out. And there is no scoring whatsoever. Hood of the Ford here. These things are weird. No focus. Anyway, so crankshaft is very good. No scoring on either shaft. And this one has a bit of pitting or something in the middle. Don't know what that's all about. But in there again, primer. See that? And it has down there, get a flashlight, but there's a little tube that goes down the middle, because when oil is splashed up, it goes onto to this second piston here I showed you, not the water piston. Put the plug in. But anyway, oil splashes up, you know, it'll leak through the cylinder here and come to this end. Well, before the piston doesn't come out, there's a little hole, or slot should I say, in there. Oil goes, if it flows past the piston, comes down, travels back, it's right in there. A little slot right in there. Up there. Can't really see it. Anyway, so there's that little cylinder in there. That's something I forgot to do. I forgot to go and get a socket so I could stick it. This cap is annoying me. So I could stick it way down there to get the packing doohickey off, so I can put that in there so it seals. Oh, it does have a bit of scoring around here. Don't know what. Well, that's filled someone that little thing up with sand or something. That wouldn't happen. But anyway, you just slide the piston in. It's a bit fiddly. Just slides right in. Goes back and forth, and connecting rod, whatnot. Comes right out. First I took the piston out because the piston is one-handed here. Oh, fiddle. Let's see. But the piston, the water piston, screws in. The water piston screws in there. So that when I took it out like that, and that's what I saw. Pretty ridiculous, right? A piston on a piston. But that's how these things work. This tripod just flops all over the place. Anyway. Sorry if there's blank spots in here. I'm just sitting, waiting, and watching. And I took this out, polished it up because I love brass. Polished it up and looks all pretty. And all these little plugs, okay. All these little plugs here, there's 3, one here, one back here, and not one there for some reason. And the filler plug, or the priming plug, right there, is brass. All the plugs are brass. And I can't get that one out. Let's see. In, so that one's out. Can't get that one out for some reason. And right here, I'm guessing, is the oil drain. Oh, Deming. I guess, just to prove it, that it's a Deming pump, and then on the other side it says a Marvelette. And I disassemble the thing, and I'm losing parts. There it is. But everything's good. It doesn't have anything that's looking like it's gonna fall off at any time soon. Try. So this pump, after I get thousands of pounds of gasket material, it should be able to go back together with no problems. Just need to get gaskets. Don't need to change that one necessarily, but I'll probably need to get a new one of these. A bit rusty, but get a new one of those and a new gasket for around each of the check valves. Oops, dropping these things. And after that, this thing should be pumping water, so don't be expecting this to be pumping anytime soon. I'm not really all over going to Napa and gasket material right now, and it's gonna need a lot to get cut out all these little circles. So don't expect this being pumping anytime soon, because I have other things to work on, other things that I know I can get running without having to purchase many items that I'd need. So that's it for the water pump. See you next time.